What's happening? So this is going to be a kind of an extensive video, and I'm actually going to have about three parts to this. But this first part should probably be done second, but I need to get this done as soon as I can. Uh, for anyone new that I'm coaching that doesn't understand how progressive overload works and how you do your warm-up sets leading to your top set. So that's what this video is going to be about, is I'm going to give you examples out of my own logbook and show you how I do my warm-up sets and talk about it and just give you something to actually see, numbers to see. And then I'm going to go into the gym and actually go through a few moves and show you how I do my warm-up sets in the gym. And hopefully this will help better understand how progressive overload works and how you should utilize your warm-up sets, when you should utilize warm-up sets, and when you should just go straight into a set with no warm-up set and straight into your top set. So from that, I'm just going to dig right into my logbook and kind of show you how I do things. And then right after that, we will, as I said, go right into the gym, and I'll show you again how I physically do things. And then I'll come back here and I'll just give you a brief rundown of what we talked about. And hopefully this makes sense to you. But thank you all that are going to continue to follow along here. I really do appreciate it. If you have any questions, you can ask me here. You can ask me on Instagram at Fitness Pointers, Facebook, Steve Pointer, and TikTok at Fitness Pointers. Pretty much any platform you can find me on there as Fitness Pointers. But I appreciate you guys. All right, here we go. Now this is straight out of my logbook. My logbook is right here, and I've just copied all my information down there. But here is probably the past 4 or 5 months worth of logs. I don't actually keep track of my warm-up sets, which is down here at the bottom, which is also here. I don't keep track of these. This is just how I feel, but I wanted to show you examples of how you should incorporate your warm-up sets and when to do so and when it's not necessary. So first of all, for some people, if you're not able to, let's say flat dumbbell press, you're not able to push over 25 pounds. Or let me back up there for a minute. Let's say day one here, pull day one, we have pullovers, and you're not able to pull over more than 40 pounds. Obviously, you're not going to be able to do 4 warm-up sets, which I have done. You're probably going to do 1, maybe 2, and then go into your top set. So for me though, or if you're pushing or pulling a lot of weight, here's the approach that you're going to want to take in order to do progressive overload the right way. And this is just to keep you from exhausting yourself, exhausting the muscle before you get to your top set. Because in progressive overload, you're going to want this top set to be, you're going to want to have your highest amount of energy and be able to put everything that you can possibly put into the heaviest weight that you can push or pull that matches the reps required. So day one, we start with pullovers. I know that my top set is going to be 6 to 8 reps, and my back off set is going to be 8 to 12. So I begin the day like this. I go in the gym, do what I need to do to loosen up my back, get some blood flowing, and then I start my sets. So I know that I'm going to be able to go to 250 pounds because I did last week. So I'm going to start my day off, and all I'm doing is loosening up my muscle, getting things loose, pushing some blood into the muscle that I'm going to be working, which is my back. So I do 90 pounds for 15 reps. Okay, that's number one warm up. And that is not doing anything to tax my body to the point that it's going to wear me out, And then I take my 45-second rest or minute rest or whatever, and then I put 120 on and I do 10 reps. So as I go up in weight, I'm going down in reps. And keep in mind, like I could have done 30 with 90 pounds if I wanted to, but I don't want to. I'm just trying to feel the weight because I'm making my way to that top set of 250. I'm going to rest again, and then I'm going to go to 170 and continue to lower my reps on my warm-ups. So 170 times 5, rest again. 210 times 3. Now, I'm going to take a little bit longer rest between this final warm-up set and what's going to be my top set. So I know last week I did 250 for 8. So that's the top range of my ask for reps. And I did it again, 250 for 8. 250 is the most weight you can put on this machine. So next week I may add a 10 since I've got 2 back-to-back weeks of getting my full 8 reps in. And if I hit next week, if I add that 10 there and I get 6 to 8, I'm good to go. If I hit 6, fine, I'm good to stay. If I can only get 5, I'm going back to 250 for a little bit. But we'll talk about that more when we get into progressive overload. Now, after I rest, I'm going to go into my second set, and it asked for me to do 8 to 12. So I dropped down to 190 pounds, and I don't stop just because I get to 14, because I'm in my working sets. Now, I stop down here because I'm in my warm-ups, but not here. I take this to failure, all right? And I got 14, which is more than it asked for, so I made a little arrow out here. Next week, I'm going to want to go to at least probably 210 so I can get my 8 to 12. And that's just for the simple fact of you're pushing yourself to the limit on your top sets and your back off sets. Now, I'm going to move into my second set, which is a single arm dumbbell row. I know that I can row 150-pound dumbbell. So even though I've already done some back work up here, I'm going to start off light because, one, here my back's supported, I'm seated. Down here on the single arm dumbbell row, I'm bent over, I'm putting stress on my lower back, I'm putting stress on my hamstrings. So I'm going to warm up again, even though I've got blood flow, a lot of blood flow going through my back. So I start my warm up sets with my single arm dumbbell rows, 40 times 10. I rest, I go to 70, get 6, I rest again, 90 for 5, and I wanted to feel a real heavy weight, so I did 120 for 5 reps before I jump up to 150, which I said I know is my top set. So when I got to that 150, I put everything that I had into that. I did 150 for 8 reps, and that was to failure. That's without losing my form. That's with keeping in strict form, keeping my chest up, pulling in the dumbbell with full range of motion, and that's it. So this single arm dumbbell row, I only have one move for the day. I'm not coming back down. Now, I rest. I make my way to my next station, a single arm pull down, and though I'm pretty much good to go, I probably don't honestly need to do a warm up here, but I like to anyway. I don't want to throw 3 plates on there and just go to work. I start out, I do 2 plates just to fill it, 6 reps. It's a completely different move is why I do the warm-ups. 2 plates per side for 6, 2 plates in a 25. I thought I may end here today, but I did 4 and it felt easy after a couple, so I decided to go up to 3 plates per side. Now, my single arm pull downs, my top set calls for 6 to 8. I put 3 plates per side. I ended up with 9 reps. That's 9 reps to failure. I put everything I had into that top set. I didn't put everything I had into the warm-up sets. Okay? I rest. I back off. I know my next set is going to be 8 to 12 range. Technically, probably could have done 3 plates again and hit 8 to 12, but I decided to drop down to 2 plates per side and a 25, and I did 12 reps. So next week, though I didn't put an arrow in my logbook, I'm going to go up to probably 2 plates and a 35 per side. And when you see PPS here, it's plates per side. Okay, now we're done here. We're going to go in and do rack pulls now. Rack pulls, you're bringing in more hamstrings, you're bringing in more lower back, just a completely different type of movement than you have been doing so far. Most of your body is going to come into play from your traps all the way through your biceps, down to your lower back, into your hamstrings for rack pulls. So rack pulls, I put 1 plate per side and I do 8, though I could have done probably 40. I don't do 40. I want to save my energy for that top set. 225 for 4, rest, 315 for 3, rest again, 405 for 2 reps. Then I rest a couple of minutes, 2 minutes, and then I go and I put 495 on the bar, and my reps called for 4 to 8, and I did 495 for 5 reps. So I'll probably do that again next week until I can push past 8 reps. And then when I push past 8 reps with 495, I'll go up to 500 or 510, 505, something along those lines. More about that will come in the video for progressive overload. Final move of the day, single arm hammer strength row. Again, I have done everything previously to this to hit every part of my back. My biceps are warm, lower back's warm, hamstrings are good, but I still like to get my volume in, and I do 2 warm-up sets for my single arm hammer strength row. 2 plates per side for 8, rest, 3 plates per side for 6, and this is a drop set. After one top set of 6 to 8, which I did 5 plates per side for 8 reps, okay, then I'm going to start my drop set. And what I like to do on drop sets is I actually go down in weight and start at a lower weight and do the drop sets opposed to going heavier, just because I want to be able to get more reps. I want to get more volume in because the volume overall for day is low, which again is why I bring in a lot of warm-up sets, so to speak. So my drop set consisted of 4 plates per side. Immediately go take a plate off, do 3 plates per side for 8. Immediately take a plate off, do 2 plates per side for 8. So that's my entire back workout. I think this workout took me an hour and I think 30 minutes, if I'm not mistaken. But I will have another one of these examples later this week, which we will do chest. We'll do a push day. But like I said, don't waste all of your energy on your warm-up sets. As you push heavier weight for your warm-up sets, go down in reps. All you want to do is feel it. You don't want to go in there and jump on single arm dumbbell row as your first move for the day and do 150 pounds. Like, that's insane. Like, you're asking to rip a muscle, tear a muscle, plus you're not even going to be able to probably pull that because you haven't felt any sort of weight all day long. So utilize your warm-up sets the proper way. Don't waste all of your energy on those. If you are someone who didn't even want to do a warm-up set for this third movement of the day, you would be fine not doing so. The fourth movement of the day, you're going to want to do it on rack pulls because you haven't used your lower body like you're going to use for rack pulls. And then the single arm hammer strength row, I could have done without these. I wouldn't do it, but I could have jumped into 5 plates per side. I just think it's silly jumping into max weight like this without touching smaller weights before you actually do so. Play it safe, be in the game longer rather than taking a risk at injuring yourself from jumping on a crazy amount of weight for your first move of the day or whatever without even properly warming up. You'll be thankful you did. And anyways, that's enough of this. Questions, please let me know. I'd be happy to answer anything I can, or I will look at your training program and see if I could help you make tweaks to it in terms of what you're doing for your warm-ups. All right, so here we are. First move of the day, pullovers, warm-up set number 1. Notice how I never struggle right here on any of these warm-up sets. This is my first warm-up of 90, and I did 15 reps. I'm going to cut this off right here because you don't need to see me do 15 reps of this. All right, now I have rest for a few minutes, or about a minute, I guess, and I put 120 on there, and I just do 10 reps warm-ups. Notice, same range of motion, same speed, nothing changes as I go up in weight. And if anything was altered as I go up in weight, such as shorter range of motion, or I start to dip my chest over, I know it's too heavy, so I need to just go ahead and back off and accept the fact that I'm not going to be able to push or pull that particular weight this week. Here I'm strapping in. Once you get, if the machine has a seat belt, it's there for a reason. Once you get heavy, if you don't have that seat belt on, it's going to start to slide your hips forward. It's going to throw your dynamics of this movement all over the place, and it's just going to completely affect the total number of reps you could get. So you're wasting time if you can't take 5 seconds and connect a seat belt. This one I had to tie, put it in a knot to make it hold me. But anyway, that's my top set, and everything that I have goes into that set. Dumbbell rows, as I said, I could do 50 reps with this weight probably, but I don't want to. I don't need to. It's just a simple warm-up set. And what did I do? I do 10 with 40, and then 6 with 70, 5 with 90, 3 with 120. And none of this is taxing me. None of this is hard. Once I get to the 120, sure, the 120, it's hard, but I'm only doing 3 reps, and I know it can go way heavier, so I stop. Even though, that I could probably done 12 times. I don't want to, I don't need to, because I can lift heavier and I can pull more reps with heavier weight. So that's what I'm going after. All right. Now as we continue to go on, I just continue to show you my warm-up sets. This is, I think, the 120. Yeah, this would be the 120, and I just do it 3 times. And there's nothing taxing again about this. I just go through the motion, and again, nothing changes from my first warm-up set to this set in terms of the way that my stance is, my rep speed, my rep range. It's all the same. That's the 150. That's the max weight we have in the gym, but I can add a 10 to each side of this. And here I am. This is my top set. I go to failure. I'm going to bring in a little bit of sound here, and you can tell that I'm putting in, a lot of effort to this particular set. All right, you saw me do one warm-up set on this single arm pull down, and here I'm on my second, what I'm calling warm-up. Though this is a struggle, it's not too much of a struggle to where I know I can't go up and get, the reps that I actually need to get with this. This is my top set, and I will shut up now, and just you can kind of just hear the sounds of the gym. All right, so you saw me do a warm-up set there with just a plate per side. I skipped the video of 2 plates per side and 3 plates per side. And now I did 4 plates per side, and now I'm at my top set. So I hope this makes sense on how I did my top sets. Like, again, if anyone has any questions, please feel free to ask. Progressive overload is a great way to make things get stronger and hit all kinds of personal best if you do it the correct way.